Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I'm Martin H., Kellyanne Smith, Kenneth Bringsley, Patricia Epperson. I hope everyone is well and you had a great weekend. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. There are a couple of things. Oh, the fun thing today. We have a Trump mobile. I don't know how many of you heard about it. It's gonna fail. But you know, the thinking on their part is they have a social media platform, okay? So they're gonna create a conglomerate, a tech conglomerate. We'll see how that goes, as if it's that easy. Well, I'm sure my guy will, because that's what they are trying to do, divide and conquer. And also they are saying that right now they are buying their phones from China, but they want to make sure that all the parts from their phones are made here. Well, good luck to the people who are going to be buying those phones. $5,000? Oh, God. Anyway, I thought I would mention that. We'll get back to more serious topics. The assassin that unfortunately killed 2 lawmakers and wounded 2. Thank God he's been caught, like I said. But you know what? The reason why I'm bringing this up, I know you guys know about that, is because he was too much of a coward to kill himself. He tried. I don't know how many of you, I mentioned Saturday, they have to find him on time. But after that, I saw a video of his roommate or something like that, where he said, I'll probably be dead shortly. You know, the thing is, Saturday, was it Saturday or yesterday? I was following and trying to see what he's up to. He tried to put the gun to his head, but he pulled it back. The coward. But anyway, and also he's a Trump voter. And also the other thing I feel like saying, you know, we have many of those people running around, Christian nationalists and all of that. There are some like him, or a lot that are like him, who are willing to murder people. Intuitively, if you guys know any Democratic lawmaker, whether it's on the federal level or state level, make sure you tell them to carry their weapons, because intuitively I feel, I hope I'm wrong, and it's the Heritage Foundation and a lot of Republicans. Remember, guys, last year I told you how I answered people like, what's his name? His last name is Kirk, and those guys, Tim Pool and these people, they were promoting civil war, and we're going to have a civil war, all that kind of stuff. They were serious, and right now, it feels like to me, whether it's underground or not, some people in the Republican Party, just like that guy did, I don't feel he came up with the idea of assassinating these Democratic lawmakers. just because he's nuts. Yes, he's a religious zealot. And also, I just read a little while ago that he would be insulted if they said he was a Democrat or if they called him a Democrat. You know, but democratic lawmakers have to make sure they know who to open their doors at night. They have security cameras and even register with the police if you live in a house and you really want to control your environment. Is everything okay? This is my YouTube phone. Charlie Kirk, thank you very much, Budika. So you guys heard me. You can hear me. Somebody's calling me, and this is my YouTube phone. Yes. These people, they are so obsessed with taking power and stay and remain in power, they will do anything. So I know my footprint is very small. And I was talking about drone right before I turned the phone down because it's my YouTube number. I have to make sure things are okay if it's ringing. That's my idea. I don't know if any other security people have it, but if you live in a house, okay, someone comes to your house or you want to control your environment, register with the police and they'll give you the right to be able to use your drone to patrol your at least your immediate surrounding. Someone comes and ring the bell, your security camera and your drone, you can fly it. You can't just fly a drone like that. This is not something I've ever, I thought about it last night, but I'm sure there are applications for it. I think I mentioned it. It came to me again last night, but I think I spoke about it when I was talking about Jennifer from, I forgot her name last night, but you guys know which Jennifer I'm talking about. If that's one of you, hi, this is Milo. I can't hear you. I'm going to turn this off because I know everything is okay. I thought it was one of you that was having problems. But yes, Democrats have to make sure they protect themselves. Okay, that's my intuitive. That's what I feel like saying. If you guys try to call me, you don't get through, I just turn the phone off. I'll keep monitoring the screen if there are any issues. Okay, it seems like somebody's playing. And, but that was my intuitive, that's what I feel like saying. Do you guys remember I told you about Doge? They were disseminating our information. I read something from Mali John First this morning. It says, Doge leaders pressured agency executives to hire a 21-year-old former intern at Palantir, a data analyst and technology firm, or a data analysis and technology firm, and grant him access to the personal data of every social security cardholder, despite the executive's concern that he lacks sufficient training to handle such sensitive information. I thought I would mention this because this is something that's going to blow up in the news, even while Trump is in office. Let's see what happens. This is going to be big. It's not going to be about this, whoever he is. Watch that space. Now, the other major news this morning is the situation between Iran and Israel. This has the potential to draw us in. Okay. It can get quite scary. I would be surprised because we don't have the right people at the helm right now. Fruitcake, I don't feel is qualified. I'm sure all of you feel the same way to handle this situation. And actually, is playing Secretary of Defense. So we may face some challenges if anything goes wrong, because I was reading something a little while ago. Someone from DOD was giving an interview or talking to somebody, and the person was on the verge of tears on how, if anything goes wrong, we're not going to do as well as we usually do, because actually doesn't know what he's doing, and we are not surprised. There's a very good chance. I'm not saying it's 100%. What I am intuitively, I feel, okay, when I focus on Iran, there's a small chance they may back off and try to negotiate a way out of this. Okay? As we know, remember those guys, they fought Iraq for 8 years, and I mean, the loss of life was crazy. But let's hope I'm right about that about 20% chance of them trying to find a way to negotiate their way out of this. That's my prediction. So it's not a good, the hardliners are the problems. And also I'm not blaming Iran, because intuitively I understand the threat that Iran poses to Israel. Okay, but I feel if we had competent people in the people's house, this wouldn't be going on. I mean, Israel would still lab some stuff and Iran would lab back, but we are in a very dangerous moment with the way things are going right now. But I feel we're going to be okay. I'm just letting you guys know because it's a major story in the news. Okay, so don't panic or don't get upset. That's not the point of me saying this. Okay? And, a signal was sent to Fruitcake on Saturday. The way people walk. There are certain things I'm going to explain it in a way you can understand, because there are certain things I'm hesitant to say. Okay, the way some people were, when you have models, when they walk in, they have to walk a certain way on the runway, and if they don't know how to walk that walk, you're not going to get the job, and it's going to look bad. And to Olivia, I feel like saying, all those models, okay, the way they were strutting on that runway, it's not because they couldn't do it or they don't know how. I'm sure you guys have heard, those of you, I'm sure all of you got me, okay? It was on purpose, and I agree with people who are saying it, because the minute Saturday evening, I went on X and I saw a clip, I'm like, no, I've seen our models. I know what they can do. I'm going to be honest with you guys, the thought did not occur to me what they were doing. But I'm like, what does this mean? Until I heard a former model who said it was a message that they didn't want to be there. And the reason why I went into all that rigmarole to tell you guys what my intuitive impression is, whoever said it was a message He's correct, the former military, the former model, okay, is correct. And it made sense to me. And the reason why I'm saying it is because you can extrapolate from that. If Fruitcake calls them, okay, thinking that all those people are going to follow his orders and hurt us, the people. Intuitively, I feel what I have been saying to you is correct. The military will not follow. There are some MAGAs, okay, but I don't feel they're going to do fruitcakes for him. It's not going to happen. And that gives me great hope, because Fruitcake is going to try to use his militias, that guy Boltler, whatever his name is, okay, is a good example. He is connected to the militia. Okay, and that's why I was confused Saturday. I told you guys I will wait when they catch him, okay, and listen to what the government says in Minneapolis and Minnesota. I don't know how to, Minneapolis, Minnesota, so Minnesota is the capital, okay, in Minneapolis. And the thing is, because he worked for government, according to report, he worked, Waltz gave him a job in some kind of work development or something like that. And he was doing security, he owned a security company, and intuitively I feel he was playing with militias. I'm sure he has friends and stuff like that. Who was I asking? Yeah, I think Saturday I was asking, does anybody know if militias are very active in that area? I don't remember if any of you answered, but that's where I was asking. And that's what confused me. I couldn't tell. Does he work for the government, or, what's going on? I got confused, so I told you guys. I will let you know today. But he's connected. That's when I also said he's connected. Yeah. He has friends in the militia movement and the Christian nationalists, all those people. And mostly our lawmakers are more at risk. I'm sure, everyone is when it comes to these people. People like myself, you have to get ready. You never know. But I feel he's connected. He's missing something. Okay, something is wrong, but he has cheerleaders that help them or keep egging him on, and he did this. And to really, that's what I feel. But I still feel America will not become a dictatorship, and if it does, it won't be for long. And I predicted last week that the protest this past Saturday would send a message loud and clear to Fruitcake. Okay? And intuitively, I feel they get the message. And they are recalibrating. It's not going to make them back off, but they are trying to recalibrate and try to have still, find new ways of winning. And truly, that's what I feel. I mean, when I say winning, if all of them have the same goal, and that's what Fruitcake thinks, he's there forever, and they feel like their plan is going to work. That killing, okay, and attempted killing, are all connected, intuitively I feel, to the activity to scare Democrats. That's why they arrested Senator Padilla. Okay, there are other things that they are doing to instill fear. This gentleman, he wanted to mask the No King's Day protest. That was part of his calculation. It failed. The Fruitcake people got the message. They are trying to recalibrate because they seem to be confident because they have all the tools at their disposal. They think they can oppress the rest of us. Intuitively, I don't feel it's going to work. And we have the right approach right now. No one is going to come to save us. And from what I understand, I don't know. I'm sure some of you know better than I do. It's more than, please let me know. It's according to what I hear and read, it's more than 5 million people took part in that protest. And somebody said that this is the second or third time I've heard it. It's approaching 13 million. So let's see what happens. But that's what they are up to. Since they can't control the rest of the country the way they are controlling Republicans, they can't scare us like they are scaring Republican lawmakers. Okay? Right now, they are arresting Democrats, anything to intimidate us or anyone that's different from them. Expect that to get worse. The courts and thank God, June 14th, I'm glad June 14th came. That was the first message. There are going to be more protests with the help of the courts. That's what's going to give us a break. But the message from Saturday was they know this is not going to be, this is a beast that they are not going to be able to easily tempt. I have no idea what they were talking about, what they were thinking about, but they know Americans, there's no king in this country. They're not going to stand for dictatorship. And yes, I'm going to tell you guys more violence ahead. I hate to admit it and say it, okay? But unfortunately, those people, they're going to act. And Fruitcake, that's the only way he knows. He's never worked for anything. He's never earned anything. So he knows if he bullies us, the rest of us, and Democratic lawmakers, he'll have his way. You know something? Even MAGA, not all, not the diehard, they will turn on him. And that parade, shutting down government agencies, canceling and destroying the veteran health care, all those things. This guy spent how much? $80, $90 million for that situation, and the way they are treating immigrants, obviously. Most Americans, and I told you guys, Americans were not going to stand for this, and it's unfolding today. So it's going to become obvious to Fruitcake. He's barking up the wrong tree. It's not going to work. It may take longer than because I confuse time. It may take longer than I expect. But my friends, yes, we're going to go some pretty tough time. But all the nuts in that pancake, our laws that they are breaking every day, abusing their powers, yeah, those nuts are going to get crushed. That's my prediction. You guys can, I'm talking about law, nothing else. They'll pay. That's my prediction. And I talk about the message that the poet sent already. So let me see. I've been speaking. I want to make sure I answer you guys' questions. Medude says, Milu, I knew that a long time ago. America was built on violence. Unfortunately, yeah, it's going to take. Joel Thyssen says Trump made $600 million last year. Wow, it's nice money. Somebody posted a question here. Joel Thyssen says Russian officials trying to evaluate Iran's regime leader Khamenei today. I said something last week. I don't know if you guys remember. I said the only people that are going to benefit from Israel attacking Iran is the people. What I meant was the Ayatollahs may be overthrown. That's what some of you remember. I did not phrase it like the mullahs were going to be overthrown, but that's what I meant. The Iranian people will benefit. Well, basically regime change. I didn't call it that way because I didn't feel it was. I didn't get regime change, but that's what's gonna happen. If it lasts longer, and there's a very good chance. Unfortunately, we may become involved. Let's keep our fingers crossed, my friend. Marilyn H. says, Petra, Trump even say that Padilla looks illegal. Yeah, of course. Gosh. Things that are happening today is really beyond words. Sylvia Strong says, Fruitcake thinks he's going to win, but we have to stand together absolutely and fight this fight. Before us together united we stand, divided we fall. Yeah, I think, Saturday it was a very good proof of concept. Okay. So Saturday gave me a lot of hope. That's what I told you guys. Saturday would send a great message. And I feel that's what's coming. Okay. And I was so happy. His Fruitcake's parade flopped. Oh my God. Okay. I'm looking. Thank you, Catherine Gilbert, for reminding everyone to hit the like button and to subscribe. Yes, I'm sprinting to 50,000. So if you haven't subscribed and you like to check the work that I do, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Okay. Joel Thyssen says, who will Trump fire next? That's a good question. I feel Trump and Stephen Miller. If they're not having problems now, they'll be having problems. Besides, I'm sorry, let me take that back. Eggshot, he's on the chopping block. That's why he's so afraid and he's doing some crazy stuff. Kennedy, are competing with Stephen Miller. That's what I feel. Let's see what happens. That's my prediction. But that's a great question because I've been thinking about that. I know, even me too. Somebody asked me last week, I don't remember who asked me. And after I said, Stephen Miller is on the chopping block, I'm like, oh my God. Those of you, well, it's not those of you, we are all intuitive, okay? When someone asks you a question, the first thing that comes to mind without you even thinking about it, that's the answer, okay? So when that, I don't remember who asked me, and I said, Stephen Miller. And after that, I'm like, oh my God, because Stephen Miller has been with him for a long time. And Stephen Miller is really the person running, there are a couple of other people with him, okay? But he's the one who insists, and Trump is backing off of some of his policies of deporting people who feed us and do the critical work to keep this country going. I was thinking of something the other day. When I came to this country, okay, they said we were in a stagflation mode. At the time, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I couldn't speak English. I didn't know up from down. But looking back, I didn't realize until late last week, there is a major change between the 70s and the 90s, And intuitively, I feel, please let me, I'm sure you guys, some of you know better than I do about this. The influx of immigrants has helped made our lives better, our quality of life, more money, more work, a lot of stuff, because they produce. And it's not only immigrants who do, immigrants at all levels. Look at Apple. Steve Jobs' father, I believe, is Syrian. No, I'm not going to include Elon. Elon is a thief, okay? But there are other immigrants who contributed tremendously to this country. Even in the 1950s, but past the 70s, that's what I know, that's what I do, I did, that's what I'm aware of. The contribution of immigrants is tremendous in technology and the way our life, oh my God, and also people who, at all level, it feels like to me. Please let me know, guys, if I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say this before, but intuitively that's what I feel. If I'm wrong, okay. But yeah, we're gonna be all right. Hang in there. We will reinvent. Fruitcake is gonna leave us in a very bad situation. Okay, financially, in all kinds of ways. And Republicans are standing by. That's another thing. Democrats are not doing enough, calling out Republicans for tolerating what Fruitcake is doing. The guy is basically destroying the country, surround himself with a bunch of incompetent people. Keep our fingers crossed. When this guy leaves, that's when we're going to find out how bad things were and the level of corruption. Okay? Okay, I'm looking for a question. Martin A. says, Milo, I saw an interesting sign at the protest. It will Fox lies. I will carry that message next time. Oh, yeah. Fox News, I agree. To conservative TV station or whatever, it's fine. But the way these people are going out to lying is unbelievable. They mislead people. It's crazy. they're going to have to do something about outlets, news outlets that are just plain lying to people. I mean, this morning I saw, the Department of Defense, what do you want? Egg shit. Okay, he wants to please fruitcake. They show a picture, they posted a picture, okay, that has a lot more people. I mean, the parade was poorly attended, unfortunately, our military, but I'm sure they know it had nothing to do with them. And they feel the same way. They don't want to be somebody's pawn, fruitcake spawn, But they try to pretend, whoever posted at the Department of Defense that we had a wonderful parade, yeah. Okay, and they were showing a lot more people in attendance than were actually there. Trying to lie for what? I know, propaganda. And, fruitcake wants to be like Putin. Putin is a jerk. But Putin think very strategically, he understands. He's made he's done some stupid stuff, and he's a killer. And that's what fruitcake wants to be too. But he doesn't have the brain to do it. He's decimating the people, that are helping feed him. He wants to deport them. Who's going to do that job? They're not thinking. They just do things. Like the public radio we have that transmit information throughout the world. Right now they are calling people back. People who used to work there. Voice of America. Okay, I don't know if that's but they're looking for the people who used to work, who speak Farsi, that used to work for Voice of America, okay, to come back. They're not thinking. They just do stupid things. And that's what's going to come back to bite them. And like I told you a long time ago, the number of incompetent people around this regime is what's going to cause its collapse. And it is collapsing as we speak. Okay? You can't take what happened in Russia, what happened in Hungary, that's where Orban is, okay, that's who he wants to be like, and just place it in, this is what I'm going to do in this country. It's not going to work. And the sea of weapon in this country, yeah, not going to work, my friends. My prediction is America is a democratic country. It will remain a democracy, period, no matter what happens in between. We're going to go through some tough time, but we'll be okay. The politician says Putin's status, still a jerk, a killer. Biden was right. Biden was able to manage him very well, because people like that, that's what you have to do. You have to manage them. And that's what Biden and his people were doing. They did a very good job. But fruitcake is failing. Oh, that war wouldn't start our here. This war would start. Yeah, right. The reason for that war is because he tore that agreement that Obama had with Iran. That's the root. Otherwise, yeah, they would still be slowing down Iran until we find a solution to this problem. No, he tore it up, and now he's playing good cop, bad cop. He's the good cop. What's his name in Israel? He's the bad cop. They think that they're going to be able to manipulate, or at least to coax the mullahs into doing what they want. Not easy. Okay, let's see. Somebody posted a question here. GLC says, when it's fruitcake leaving, fruitcake won't be leaving. Fruitcake will have to be pushed out. And I explained 3 ways that would happen. So, but I think after Saturday, it feels like that was the second option I gave of the three. I feel that's what's going to push him out to court. As the people protesting peacefully, okay, and pressuring vulnerable Republicans. That, remember I said the party will break into three. And then they will either impeach him or something will happen, I don't know. Okay? But this country cannot survive what he's doing. If the Republican Party doesn't break up, our country will break up. And I don't think anyone would want to see that. As I'm saying this, I'm getting the military, I'm being reminded the military. He's not going to have that ace. That's my prediction. Okay. Let's see. I think this is it, my friends. Stephen Miller, Raymond Di Pasquale says Stephen Miller chose politics because his Kermit arm were too weak to strangle prostitutes. That sounds about right, you know. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Today is Monday, so I will be back on the other channel. Somebody asked me, which other channel? If you Google Milu, you're going to see another channel that has my picture. Okay, you're going to see two channels. I think I called it Milu's Reading Channel because I couldn't think of a better name at the time. So I will be back later this evening in that channel. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50,000. Please help me. I would appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell in order for you to know when I'm online or when I post a video. So thank you, everyone. And if you like to, please support the channel if you can. I believe my PayPal and my Venmo is posted, so I would appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. See you later, those who attend. Till then, or tomorrow. Bye.